Hello, beautiful people. How are all of you doing today? Chat? Not good? Good because Columbina is bricked. Hands up with Cyrene 2.0 leaks. Oh boy. That seems to be quite fuck, what's the word? Polarizing. That's the word I'm looking for. Quite polarizing. Huh. Hi chat. Good morning. How are you doing today? I was having a good day. Would you mind rage baiting me to change that? Sure. What would be a good rage bait? I mean, should we just talk about Arlecchino? That's good rage bait, honestly, at this point. I feel like just saying facts about Arlecchino is good rage bait nowadays. Uh, Alright. I'm a Risley, Kanish, Klein, and Arlecchino players. Easy target to rage bait. True. I mean, at that point, you're not an easy target to rage bait because clearly you're immune to negative emotions. If that's the characters you like, there's something in your psyche that just makes you good at dealing with pain. So I don't think you're actually easy to rage bait. Yeah, sure, DJ, you can. Yeah. Okay, whatever. Let's not. Yeah. I'm a Mizuki main. She's meta, I swear. Right. She is. She's meta match in Sucrose. True! Sorry.
You asked for it. Faster, stronger. Light of the blazing sun. Incinerate. Hero incoming. Oof.
I'm a Duluth main.
Charge. Time to roll.
Farming this set while Columbina is a support. Shut up! Stop being right! Oh, I'm an idiot. What the fuck am I doing?
Quick as a flash. Rise with the sun.
Is Sucrose C0 good for Molani? Yeah. Yeah. Sucrose's columns don't really do anything for Molani.
Charge.
I mean, Sugo's cons don't really do anything, period. I'm a Kazuha main, I know real pain. Wait, what are you talking about? What the fuck does real pain have to do with maining Kazuha? Like, because he's been losing to Sucrose too? Is that... I see. Huh? I'm a Chaska main. She's so irrelevant. I've never heard any slander. I'm so happy. Huge. It's strong box time? No. I don't really want to do strong box. I mean, maybe I should, but I don't know. Nah. We gotta wait for Leno strong box. What set will be best for Durin? I recorded the pre-release yesterday. I don't want to talk about Durin ever again. Let's wait for the next beta for them to change the passive again. True. Dude, they will do that. You're actually right. Fleek House, we can do that today. I'm done. Alright, on this account, right now, I think I need Mora. It's just a leyline moment. Because I have too many talents I need to level. I need to level Bennett Burst, I need to level Eonson Burst. Can I enter IT? I have 12 days. I still haven't done IT, by the way, on either account. Do I need to level anyone else for this IT to enter hard? I'm not gonna bother with Visionary, but for hard, maybe. I mean, definitely for hard. Yeah, I don't even need to level anyone. I would need to level 5 more characters for Visionary. I can't be bothered, man. So much Mora. Alright. Let's go. Let's just go get more ley lines. Arlecchino is miles better than Klein and it's not even close. Is that good rage bait? You know, I wonder if that's even true with Durin anymore. Because Klein has pretty good synergy with Durin and Arlecchino kind of doesn't.
Be silent. Observe. Night falls.
But like, then again, right? It's all official, right? Like it's just all official doing official things. It's not really Klein. So it kind of feels wrong to be talking about it being Klein, you know?
I'll make short work of you.
Defensive mode engaged. Go claw! Stand clear. Animal test 6308.
Close your eyes. Be silent. to dust.
How much DPS do you lose if you use Raiden instead of Clementine? Probably a lot, actually. Raiden is going to be a lot worse. Alright, you all want to play Raiden in the...
Being done. Absorption test. Enhanced animal.
Close your eyes.
You want to play Raiden in
Be
the...
silent. Observe. Do you fear the dark?
Words are hard, man. In the Burning Load version of the team. So you'll definitely just be doing the Overload one. I guess she does buff... She does buff Durin damage. Which actually does matter. I suppose.
Defensive mode. Animal test 60.
Be silent. To dust. Close your eyes. Night falls.
Night balls. I should have enough to crown my Eon Sun now, I think. I gotta go craft these, though. But I do have enough, yeah.
Add Astra. Thank you for Add Astra.
Huge. Huge. Do I have enough of these? Why does it not just default to the characters that have it, man? Whatever. Maj. I don't think I do, actually. Sucrose. What the hell? Sucrose, you need to proc once, okay? Just proc once, okay? Please. Dude, you fucking stupid ass. Man. Man. Let's just go kill a Ruin Guard. Should have used Dory, I guess. I didn't want to do that to my goat, though. Wonder when the last time I came here to actually kill this guy instead of test shit was.
Installation chamber.
Do you fear the dark?
Get a Berserker's timepiece out of it. But She's gonna proc now, just to make fun of me. Yep. Yep. Classic. 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 Fucking classic. Do I have enough to max it? I do, just barely. Alright. We have 12,000 more left. Hmm.
Ancient alchemy truly is fascinating.
Welcome. How can I help you?
Can we please watch this clear? Sure. Let's take a look. What's that? Oh, is it another Sethos clear? Is that the same guy or a different guy? Same guy? Is he? Oh, they're gonna use the sucrose infusion. That's cool. That's really cool.
Ancient alchemy truly is fascinating. I will make you better.
The neighboring nation of Liyue has the most prosperous commercial port in all of Tibet.
Ancient alchemy truly is fascinating. 16.
Hmm.
The neighboring nation of
People
Liyue
ought
has
not
the
be
most
so
prosperous
frightened of
commercial port in
ghosts.
all of Tibet.
They
So
are
true,
merely
Flins.
talking shadows, chattering away endlessly about their past.
Okay, shut up. Dude, what did they feed that PMC, man? That's like insane. Holy shit. Well, that's crazy. My Sethos does not do that. Yeah, this Sethos build looks a little powerful. Did bro get a haircut? No. I'm just fresh out of the shower. My hair's still slightly wet. Bro is washed. True. I'm so washed. I mean, we can skip this part, right? Okay. And I mean, we saw. Oh man. Yeah. That's crazy, actually. That's like a really impressive clear. I wish I was this good at Sethos, man. Should we try to see how it goes when I try to play Sethos? Do you guys, you guys think it'd be fun? Is it another Mauiga spin combo as rabbit hole? Maybe. Time to learn about my favorite test subject, tax evasion. My ping is too good for tax evasion. So I can't. Awesome lesbian couple versus evil intimidating horse. Because white horse is apparently a ludicrously stylized character. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one. Okay. What's the worst that could happen? We don't have string list leveled, so we'll use Skyward Harp. It's not very good, but it's fine. Our best set we have for him is going to be TF, because our TF artifact quality is a lot better than our other sets. No way TF is better than Golden Troop. Why the fuck would Golden Troop be good on Sethos? What is bro yapping about? Huh? I think they meant Wanderer's Troop. I don't have a 4-piece Wanderer's Troop. How? I don't know. Right, if I look at my Wanderer's Troop, I have a leveled flower, a leveled feather, no leveled sands, no leveled goblet, no leveled circlet. Cause I never got a Wanderer's Goblet or Circlet for these that was worth leveling. Like, what do you want me to say? I have really good Glad. Sorry. I don't really want to have to use my brain. But the setups are going to be cringe, aren't they? Well, whatever, it's fine. Oh boy, chat. This is not going to go well. By the way, chat, my Sethos normal attack talent is level 1. So my charge shots are going to be very pathetic.
By royal
Behind you.
make yourselves at home. Midnight absorption test.
Move or be moved.
Fuck.
Swirl Mark 2.
No, we're hyper blooming. That's fine.
Odds revealed by Growl.
Behind you.
Oh fuck.
Boom to Al Akbar.
Chat, I can't see my cooldown or energy because I have my fucking coffee in front. Wait. Okay.
Wings of Dark. This may hurt a little. Sharing my knowledge. Stand clear.
Give me some space. Sage's wisdom. I'm not giving up. It was all in vain.
Fine. I preferred the YouTube guy. Okay, man. What happened to his hair? I'm sorry! Whatever.
By royal decree.
That's not Nahida. What am I doing?
Midnight.
Excuse me.
Oh, I don't have enough ERP to do that.
Animal hypostasis emulation. Odds revealed by Animo Test 60. Uglay, you're
Give me some space. Boom to Al Akbar. Excuse me. Give me some space. Midnight Venta.
ready, go!
Way ahead of you. The sage's wisdom.
Oh no.
Animal test 6308.
Move or be moved. Give me some space.
Yeah.
Swirl, Mark 2.
Oh, that's bad.
Don't be scared.
That's really bad. Oh, never mind. We're fine. Are we fine? We're fine. I think we're fine. Yeah, we're fine.
Midnight Phantasma. Go get him, you. Absorption test.
Mm.
Animal test 6308. Uglay, you're Oz revealed. Absorption test.
Hey, I'm cooked on energy, so I kind of have to do this now.
Shadow Ray. Animal test 60.
Oopsie.
Slow.
Don't be scared.
Way ahead of you.
Animal hypostasis and by ha!
Excuse me,
Oh,
grandfather.
fuck.
I'm
Yeah. I mean, you can see from the damage numbers, we're like doing half of their damage. So even if we played as good as them, it won't happen. You know? Just using Effa? Yeah, bro, just use a character you don't own. What a great idea. Try slingshot. I don't have a leveled slingshot. And level 1 slingshot won't be better. So, like, what the fuck am I supposed to do here? Like, I'm actually down to TC Sethos stuff with Durin, but I have no fucking clue what sort of rotations we should be doing. Because, like, I don't know if N2W is even going to work well. It probably won't. Maybe you can do a sacrificial thing on an 18-second rotation, though, with N2W. That could work. I don't know. You're sacrificing so many stats on Fischl to do that. I don't think it's worth it. Setho's cooldown is 15, right? Maybe you can do 30-second rotations. No, because then you're going to have bad Durin uptime. Oh, I don't know. I think you have to mix and match. Actually. Alright. Who would our Dendro be? If we do Sethos, Fischl, Durin. The fact Sethos doesn't have healing is going to be really rough for him here, huh? Kirawa's not enough app. You need a character that has actual app here. Baiju, I don't think lasts for long enough. So I think you're just cooked, right? Yao is also not enough app, I think.
Oz, reveal thyself.
Give me some space.
Wings of Uglay, you're up.
Rise with the sun. Way ahead of you. The sage's wisdom.
Maybe she is, actually. But Yaya also has a problem with rotation time, right? Because of her fucking stupid-ass 15-second cooldown skill instead of 12. I guess you can go Proto Ember Nahida. The problem is that the reason why Proto Ember is a functional set on Mona in those Milani teams is because Milani's an HP scaler. Right? She has like 2.5 times more HP than Sethos does. So Prototype Ember is healing 2.5 times more. Proto Ember for a Sethos carry? I mean, bro, look at how much HP my Sethos has. It's 16,000. That's fucking nothing, right? Milani gets to 40k. You're just healing so much less. Like, Sethos is really cooked in these teams. The cooldowns just line up so poorly. And unlike Clyde, he doesn't have a healing in his kit. So playing him without a healer or like at least some form of defensive utility feels really bad. But he needs Fischl. Because Fischl is half the team DPS. And, I mean, the whole thing is doing about Durin, and he really fucking needs Dendro. So you would need a Dendro healer, but Baiju uptime is pretty bad. Right? It's 14 seconds of uptime in a 25-second rotation. That's not ideal, right? Kirara? Oh yes, I will apply off-field Dendro like 3 times from the C4. Surely that's better application than Baiju, right? Is the part on why we need Dendro with Durin? In order to have Sethos deal damage. Dendro in this team works well for so many reasons, right? One, well, you have aggravates on Sethos and Fischl, but two, you make it so that every Pyro app is an overload, but then every following Electro app is also an overload, and your following Electro app comes from Sethos, who's building a fuck ton of EM because he's an EM scaler. So the Dendro is allowing so much damage in reactions. Right, when I was looking at the Klein team with Baiju, or with Emilie Durin, right? If you remove the reactions provided by the Dendro and you only keep the reactions you would get without the Dendro, we lose 40k team DPS. Kind of a big fucking deal, actually. You know? And it'll be an even bigger deal here because Zethos is actually building a lot of EM, unlike Client. I guess you could do a Hydro, and then instead of aggravates, you would get electro charges. And with the buffs, Electric Charge isn't as bad as it used to be. And we actually do have Hydro units that would function for defensive utility here. So maybe, yeah, and you get the 180 EM from Fischl. So maybe it's fine. Who would we do? Put the Singto in the bag? Probably. Most likely. Yeah. Huh. I don't know. Maybe I should just not try to do 25-second rotations and accept cringe rotations with Sack Fischl. That would allow us to go for an actual defensive utility unit. Right, where you'd probably do something like Fischl, Baiju, Durin,
Light up the blazing sun.
Sethos.
Give me some space. Glory to Al Akbar.
I forgot to go back to Fischl.
Way ahead of you.
So, Fischl, Baiju,
Taking it.
Durin, Fischl again.
Give me some space. Sage's wisdom. Way ahead of you.
And then back to Fischl. Something like this. Right. And you'd use Sack on Fischl so that the cooldowns would work. Alright, rotation starts at basically 59. And we're basically ready to swap out at 41, so 18 seconds. But Baiju is 20, isn't he? So I guess Baiju doesn't work. How cooked is Yao Yao here?
By Royal, don't be scared.
Light it up! Wrath from the sky!
I forgot to do this.
Give me some space. Glory to Al Akbar. Excuse me.
It doesn't seem that bad for aggravate uptime. But it also doesn't seem that good. Do we just take a look at what happens without a healer? It's gonna be so much better. You don't need a healer if you don't get hit. True. He's doing normal burst and 3 cancels. No, I'm not. I did an N3 one time today. The first normal attack I did was an N3, and I haven't done an N3 since. What is bro yapping about? Okay. So, let's check. Let's actually do it with Nahida. For now. Because I do think the timing might be better. The problem with Nahida is, like, the rotation I'm thinking of probably won't work without C6. Right? Because you do Fischl at 59, which means we'll have to swap back to Fischl at 47.
Give me some space.
Shadow Raven.
But then you gotta go back to Sethos, and you still need to have something to do, right? Which is the problem. So, I guess first up time you have to burst. Check this Hera run. Maybe later. Do CA1, same problem. Basically, it's hard to swap to Sethos with full energy. On the second uptime. So, if you're gonna use his burst at all, you have to use it on the first uptime.
Sharing my knowledge.
Light of the blazing sun!
Excuse me.
What am I doing? I was like, I gotta like simulate the C6, but I guess I don't. Fav Sethos for more AR, true.
Bro, make yourselves at home.
Rise with the sun! Wrath from the sky!
The sage's wisdom. Give me some space.
Yeah, the problem is we'd have to swap out now, right? Because that's when Fischl is done. So I guess we wouldn't start with Fischl. We'd open with Nahida,
This may hurt a little.
which
Sharing
means
my
we'd
knowledge.
Fischl at 56. So we need to swap out at 44.
Move or be moved. Excuse me.
As you wish, Mainfreud.
Give me some space.
Something like this. Right? Nice Dendro. I mean, yeah, we're testing the rotation assuming you're against an actual enemy, not a fucking stupid ass first wave grab that doesn't do shit. But then the problem is you're completely out of energy for the next rotation. So I don't know. I don't know if that works. It's gonna be annoying to test this incision, but we kind of have to if we want to be against an enemy that doesn't insta-die. Or suck a lot of ass. Let's give him 5 to make our testing more chill. Gotta get our first bursts.
Excuse me.
Committed to memory. Yeah.
Light it up.
By royal decree.
See. Oopsie.
Okay, okay.
Did I just get overloaded by the enemy? That's annoying. Okay. So... Oh my god, I don't have enough ER in Nahida. Are you for real? Okay. So we start at... Oopsie. We start at 20.
Make yourselves at home.
Rise with the sun. Wrath from the skies.
Excuse me. The sage's wisdom.
It doesn't actually matter what I do here.
Way ahead of you.
Wings of darkness.
Behind you. Give me some space.
Something like this. But then the problem is having the energy to burst
Excuse me.
the next time you swap the Sethos, right? That seems difficult. That seems so difficult. Because, like, his E-refunds a lot. I don't know if it's enough. I guess you need to make sure you finish your rotation on an E, and you start the next one on an E as well. And if you do that, you probably do have enough. Right? How much is the E-refund? Is it 12 always? Yeah, it's 12. So you get 24 flat if you do that. Rest from Fischl, Fab, Nahida. No, we go Proto Amber. It might be doable. Probably. Right. So your combo would be like Nahida EQ, Fischl E, Durin E EQ, Sethos, QE, then N2W spam, then Fischl Q, then Sethos second uptime, which would be CA2. I think you are supposed to get the CA2 when you have full energy. Like, assuming you have infinite energy, the CA2 is worth doing over CA1, even if you're good, right? I think. So you're probably CA2 times 3. Or times 2. And then, like, 2 CA2 and, like, I don't know, 10 CA1. I don't know how many you can actually get, but I think I'm fine assuming 10 for now, right? How many N2Ws should we assume for Sethos? How many can you get? I don't even remember. 8? Is 8 the amount, like, the upper limit, or are you telling me to assume 8? Optimal is 8 or 9 with DPS. I assume you mean DPC. Okay. I think I'll assume 7 to be safe. Because honestly, it's not just an execution thing, it's also like, if you're not tight on your setup, Fischl E might expire before you're done with Sethos' stuff. So I'm okay assuming 7. You know, this is really putting in perspective how good of official driver client is to me. Like that is because like when I looked at the sim stuff for client official was getting so much A4. Right, you end up with 25 A4 procs in a 25-second rotation. It's so much. With Sethos, you get 7 on this uptime and 12 on this one, so that's 19. I guess it's a similar amount total, right? Anyways, let's look at Sethos. We're gonna have to rework all the official stuff for sure. Yeah, so Sethos on Slingshot. And what set bonus am I even supposed to give him here? I wonder if he triggers enough reaction for Gilded to be better. Because he does trigger a lot of overloads here. But you're also getting only 2 stacks Gilded. TF? I mean, TF would help the energy, so it probably wouldn't be bad. Because this is actually a team that needs to go 2 uptime Sethos. So having energy is actually nice. Is he 80 cost? No, he's 60. But his charge attacks also cost fucking 20. Oh, Chad, I was wrong. My normal attack talent level is 4, not 1. I was wrong. Holy. Holy. Okay, I mean, if we don't... I mean, it's... Okay, we could go Wanderers, we could go Gilded. Is there anything else we could go? Here? TF, right? I think that's it, right? You could do, Reverie, but it's probably not good enough uptime. You could do DPC, but I don't think it's that good. Because half of our damage is not normal attacks, so it doesn't benefit from attack speed. For now, we'll go Gilded, but I'm not sure. Is our world is an Echoes angle? No, because 1, he doesn't build a lot of attack, so Echoes isn't great because of that. But 2, and more importantly, half of the rotation is charge attacks, not normal attacks. Is this assuming C6 Sethos? Yeah. Okay. Also, I need to check that the timing works. Right? So, I need to check how long it takes for me to do 2 actually charged enhanced charge attacks and 10 short holds.
Way ahead.
Okay, so
Excuse me.
1, 2,
Behind you.
fuck. Fuck! Okay, I
Way
suck.
ahead of you. As you wish. Give me some space.
So we start at 25. One. Fuck, one.
Behind you.
Okay, that seems very doable in a 10-ish second uptime. We can definitely do more than 10 if we're not as bad as I am, but I think assuming 10 for now is probably a safe bet. Okay, so characters. Sethos. Oh boy. Okay, actually, before we look at Sethos himself, let's look at the official stuff. So we now get a lot less C6 official procs because Sethos is a lot less normal attacks than Klein. So instead of 36, we get 14. Lose 700 motion value on official from that. Probably lose like 2 aggravates because of that. No, probably more than that. Probably lose like 4 aggravates because of that. Then for official A4 procs, instead of 25, you probably get like 22. So official damage went from 38k to... Oops. 33k, that's about 5k. That's not too bad. Alright. Does Sethos Overload with Chevy have more team DPS and Aggravate? The biggest problem with Sethos Overload with Chevalers is... it's kind of difficult to have Sethos be the trigger reliably. I guess it's going to be a bit easier with Durin, though. But you kind of want to bench Chevalers if you want to do that. Because, like, if we look at the... At the Sims for Sethos and Klein teams. Or, not in Klein teams, sorry, in Chevalers teams. You end up not getting any reactions on Sethos, right? You look at Sethos' damage distribution. It's all Electro, right? So we're not getting any overloads. So the fact that we're building EM doesn't really help us in terms of reactions. So it just sucks a lot of ass. But maybe there's a world where you go like really fast off-field app with triple off-field pyro and you build full EM Sethos. And you just spam short hold to trigger overloads. EM UAV upscale. True, actually. But yeah, like, you'd probably do Durin, Shangling. I don't know who the last one would be. Wait, actually, you could go for a Dendro last slot. You'd be limited by Overload ICD? Not really. Overload ICD isn't long. The reason why Overload ICD can be a problem is because Official A4 hits at the same time as your other reaction. And if it hits at the exact same time, then the Overload ICD is going to be a problem. But Sethos short hold charge attack spam isn't fast enough to hit Overload ICD. So it won't be a problem. Will that be better than Official? I'm not sure. I don't think so, honestly. I think with double Pyro, you're not going to have good enough aggravate uptime. And you'll have to build a lot more ER, which kind of cooks you as well. But like he's kind of getting pulled apart in two directions at once. Because like on one hand, the more pyro you have, the more overloads you have, which is good. But on the other hand, the more pyro you have, the harder it is to maintain quicken uptime, which is bad. So part of him really wants more pyro, and part of him really wants less pyro. I feel like if you just go a lot of pyro, you don't go Dendro. But then I don't know where you go. Maybe you go Sucrose last slot, actually. Now that I think about it. Because you're going to have Pyro Aura, and Sethos is mainly going to be a Pyro damage dealer in that team. Because his main source of damage will be Overload. So it'll be really easy to have good VV uptime. Okay, maybe we're cooking here. Maybe we're cooking here, actually. Wait, maybe, chat, we might be cooking here. I'll take a look at that after. So, Sethos, Durin, Sucrose, Pyro. I'm not sure what last Pyro will do, probably Shangling, but I'm not certain yet. Anyways, Sethos, base attack, 227. Slingshot. $354, right? Yeah, 354. Attack percent. What the fuck do we have for attack percent here? So, yeah, we don't have attack sends. That's fine. Substats. TOM. Official. We don't have Ascension. What's Sethos' Ascension passive again? Or stat? It's 96. EM. This is not stats. Yeah. Chat, should we do 4? Charge level 2 instead of 2? Or is that gonna cost too much energy? Like 4 charge level 2, 9 charge level 1 instead of, or sorry, 4 charge level 2, 7 charge level 1 instead of 2 and 10. You can do 5 if I remember correctly. Yeah, but there's no reason to, right? Because the reason why the charge level 2 is good is because of this passive. And this passive only affects the first 4, right? And at that point, you're better off doing just the short hold. Nah, okay. Anyways, flat attack, yeah. No, what the hell? Total attack, okay. Damage percent, what do we have? So, Sethos gets damage percent from his cons, right? He gets 15 from consuming energy through aim shots, regaining energy by using E or using burst. So he always has the 30 in these rotations. So 30. We also obviously have the 46.6. Nothing else on his kit directly. We have Scroll on Durin. We have Slingshot, which is 72. No, it's 60, my bad. 60. EM Goblet might be better. That is a good point. EM Goblet might be better. For now, we'll look at Damage Goblet, though. Okay, and then on stuff that isn't charge attacks, we just don't have this. Crit. 60, 62.2, 20 times 6.6. We have 15 crit rate from this, but only on Shadow Piercing Shot. So it's only on the charge level 2. Okay. And 31.2 times 2 from Slingshot. This squared divided by 8 plus 1. We'll also have crit multiplier 2, which will be 1 plus crit value divided by 4 plus 15% times crit value divided by 2. Okay? How much EM do we have? I forgot the 14% attack from Gilded Dreams. Okay, we have 180 from Gilded Dreams on EM. 187 for now. We only have one main stat. We have substats. We have 80 from his Constellation 4, which also affects the rest of the team. Do we have any other sources of EM here? We have EM Ascension, and I think that's it. Yeah. Yeah, multiplier, aggravate, and overload. Okay. So, effective attack 1, that's going to be the normal attack. Effective EM, I think. No. Normal attack, effective attack. Yeah. The C4 is only an AoE. Oh, yeah. Okay, fair. We can remove it then. Okay. So, total attack times 1 plus damage percent times crit multiplier. Then we have EM normal attack. See, which is just his EM instead of his attack. Then we have effective attack, charge attack. Which is the same as the effective attack normal attack. So do I need to separate it? It's not the same. Effective attack CA2. NA and CA1. Because CA2 has the extra crit from C1. EM CA2. Looks at EM instead. Then we have the skill and burst. Burst doesn't have an initial hit, so it's just the skill. E attack E. Okay. See. Okay. Okay. Then motion value 3, 4, 5. Okay. Motion value 1, this is normal attacks and CA1s. For now, we're doing 10 normal or 10 CA1s. So 210.8 times 10. And we're doing 7 N2s. So 7 times 96.7 plus 43.7 plus 48.9. That's higher motion value than I thought it would be. Anyways, motion value 2. This is effective EM normal attack. Which is, or sorry, motion value normal attack EM. Which is 333.5 times 14. Motion value 3 is attack motion value from the shadow piercing shots, so 238 times 2. Maybe we do have enough energy for 4, honestly. I think we try, yeah. We probably do. Fischl is a fucking lot of energy. So let's do 4, 7 instead of 2, 10. This will be 7. Okay. And the EM multiplier, or the motion value EM, would be... Wait, I'm looking at C6 Sethos, and I haven't been using talent level 12 values. Fuck. 118.7. 53.7. 60. 248. 392.3. 280. And then the EM is 269.1 plus 700 times 4. And then E we get 3, which is 196.5 times 3. How many aggravates is that? 7 from N3s. Or, sorry, 7 from N2s. 7 from C, or from charge attack level 1. 4 from charge attack level 2. And 3 from skill. How many overloads do we get? Should be 10. Alright, should be the same amount as client. Yeah. That's not bad. Alright. Let's fuck around with his build a little now. So, EM Goblet. Is slightly worse. Okay. Wanderer's Troop. Is also slightly worse. Damn. So my baseline assumption of Gilded plus damage Goblet was actually right. Time to check EO requirements? I don't want to. I won't. You can't make me. Stop. You can't make me. I don't want to. Yeah, I know. Once we actually look at how the ER works, it's gonna be completely cooked. But yeah. But even then, it'll still be like pretty solid overall. Honestly, I think there's a very real chance this team is just better. Assuming no friction on calc. True. Holy. Wait, doesn't Paimon usually move in this screen? Oh. Oh no.
Strength is one of those things where you gotta use it or lose it. So, wanna train with me sometime?
Let's restart Genshin. That's not looking good. Okay, also, chat, I think there's a very real possibility that this team's energy requirements are actually doable if you never use Sethos' burst. So the optimal way to play the team might just be to never Sethos burst. And just do the CA1 spam. If we go... Let's just look at Sethos' personal damage in a team that actually does get enough Pyro for him to react all of his CA1s. Right? So... Oops. So... We would go Gilded. I don't know if you go Slingshot in this team. Maybe you don't, but for now, sure. You'd get 50 more EM here, right? You'd get... What do you lose from these? You don't have the official 45 attack. You don't really get to have Durin on scroll. Yeah. But instead, you have Pyro Resonance. Sure. We have Sucrose EM buff, which in this team is going to be around 230. We have Sucrose Shred. This is going to bring resistance to this. We have Sucrose damage percent buff, which on witches, or on witch team. Oh, Let's say you get the C6 buff every like 4 rotations or some shit. Okay. Then we don't have any aggravate anymore. And we change our overall rotation. We don't get any this shit anymore. Probably do an 18-second rotation here.
There's a lot that.
Setup is gonna take about 5-ish seconds, maybe. Oh, I think my energy is cooked on channeling, right? How much ER does channeling have? Oh, she has a lot. Okay, we're fine.
Animal test 6308. Stand clear.
So our rotation would look. Let's start at 30.
Burn it down! Pyroclastic surge!
Animal test 6308. Eat this! Out of the frying pan.
Behind you. Excuse me. Behind you. Behind you.
Can probably get about 18. Let's say you do 4 CA2s as well. Probably get like 12. Let's look at 412. Maybe. But it might be worth going back to Sucrose to refresh the VV. Maybe we just don't swap back to Sucrose at the end of our setup and just swap back during Sethos uptime instead. Yeah, that's probably what we do. Okay. Alright, so you do a 20-second rotation with about 4 plus 12. So we'd have 12 of these. 0 of this. 4 of these. 4 of these. 3 of these. And then you'd get 16 plus 3, so 19 overloads in a 20-second rotation. Brings his personal DPS to about 45k here. You have less damage from the rest of your team in something like this, but it won't be low damage. This might be a pretty solid team too, honestly. Lion doesn't concern himself with energy requirements. This team doesn't really struggle that much for energy. Because you have flexible rotations, and you never need to use burst. The reason why this team struggles for energy is because it's not just about how much energy you're generating. It's also about making sure that when you're supposed to use burst, you are at full energy. Like, your energy generation needs to happen at the right time. For this one, it doesn't really matter when it happens. It just needs to happen. Also, in this team, we definitely go EM main stat, right? Plus 187. Minus 46.6. Yeah. How much DPS do we lose if we don't go slingshot? About 7k. So if you're struggling with energy, you can just fucking slap him on Fav. And it's not even that much worse. Is Stringless any good? Meh. The stat it gives is better than the stats given by Slingshot, but the amount is a lot lower, so it's not better. Is it Team DPS 40 or is it only Sethos? This is only Sethos. Also, I'm an idiot, actually. Because these sources of damage are Electro, not Pyro. So these one don't get the Sucrose Shred. And he also doesn't get the 50 EM from Swirling Electro. My bad. It's not that big of a deal, though. We run Instructor here on someone to get more EM. It's not worth it. Oh, actually, I didn't include Guoba Shred. Guoba Shred is going to be like maybe half uptime. Ish. Whatever. It's going to be more than that, actually. It's going to be basically full uptime. Yeah. Because we go about right before we go Sethos. How's Durin damage here? I'm actually really curious. Okay. So, what stats does Durin go here? What weapon does he go? For now, we look at Lion's Roar, I guess? No. Let's look at Wolf Fang. On Noblesse, I guess. So, we have Power Resonance. Is that it for the buffs that we have on him? For attack? I guess he has pretty low attack in this team, huh? Probably an attack goblet angle, then. Yeah. Damage percent, we have Goblet, we have Wolf Fang, we have Noblesse, we have Sucrose. Quarter uptime burst buff plus her other buff. Now, any other sources of damage percent here? No, right? Oh yeah, we don't have. If we go attack goblet, we don't have pyro goblet, obviously. I guess his damage percent is pretty low too, so maybe it's not attack goblet. Oh well. This 27.6 times 2, 16. Then minus 8. Okay. EM, we don't have any of this shit. We do have a little bit from Sucrose, but it doesn't actually matter because he's not triggering any reactions. Okay. Then we have this. And this. We get minus Noblesse as well. Okay. Okay, he doesn't get any reactions. And we get this. Yeah. But we don't have this. And instead we have it here. And it's not 10, it's 8. In a 20-second rotation. That's pathetic. I don't think it's supposed to be this low. This is supposed to be 1.325. Is it really this low in this team? No, it's not 325, it's 4. I really expected it to be higher. Try Chevaliers instead. I mean, we could do Chevaliers, I guess, but... yeah, maybe. Right, we gain 40%, we gain 60 damage percent, 55-ish average damage percent. We lose the EM buff. Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely going to be better. No. The shred is a bit different, because we don't have 2-stack Durin anymore. We still have 15 from Xiangling, we still have 40, and then it's 20, right? So it's 75, so we're back to 325 here. But the 325 is also going to be on the electro damage. Yeah. And then we get plus 40%. Plus 20%. Plus goblet. Should be it, right? Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely better. Man. Wait. Yeah. Yeah, the only way for Sethos to do actual good damage in these teams is for you to not use Fischl. Otherwise, he stops triggering Overload, and if he doesn't trigger Overload, his damage is pathetic. Right? Like, if we lose the Overloads, he goes from 47k to 19k. Which is really pathetic. And yeah, you get the Overloads on someone else, but like on other characters, they don't build EM by default, so if they become Electro or Overload, like on high ownership, their best build becomes EM, but it's like a 5k DPS upgrade. Because they lose all the damage they would have had if they just went on an attack build. Which they could do even if they weren't the trigger. So then the question is, how much damage does Xiangling do here? $225, $510. We go catch on catch and a triple pyro team that can easily battery Chevaliers Holdy into her. She probably doesn't need ER Sands. Right? They probably do get all of this. No problem. Damage percent. We have 40 from Sucrose. We don't have the Wolf Fang. Goblet. We don't have the Noblesse. What set do we give her here? Also, this team can probably go Scroll Chevaliers. Yeah. So we get another 12 damage percent. So scroll. Oops. Scroll. 5. Catch. Is it just Emblem? Emblem kind of feels wrong because she doesn't have as much damage as Durin does, but it's not like Durin has a good damage set, so it's kind of... Oh yeah, we don't have the Sucrose damage buffs anymore. I'm an idiot. My bad. He is an idiot. He is an idiot. Anyways, we have the catch. Anything else we have? Not really, right? Just Emblem. ER requirements in this team will be at like around 180, 190. Okay, and then damage per zone stuff that is not burst. We just lose these. But we get 15 here. Okay, crit value. 60, 62.2, 20 times 6.6. And is it 24 crit value from the catch? Yeah. Crit multiplier. Crit multiplier 2. EM. Oh yeah, we don't have the 230. I removed it from the other one, but I didn't remove it from Durin. That's fine though. It's not like it matters on channeling. She doesn't fucking trigger any reactions anyways. Effective attack for this. On the burst, and then on the skill. Motion value on the burst. 144. 176. 219. 224. Let's say 14 hits for now. Tiny little bit of double hitting, but not much. Skill. 223 times 4. Which brings her personal DPS at 15k. Yeah, it's whatever. It's whatever. I'll be right back, chat. I'm back, chat. Hello. Yeah, this isn't that good. Shiling is so dead. Unlucky. I get this is still not that bad, by the way, right? But like, yeah, it's not ideal. Meh. Wait a second. Ah, no. I didn't add the 20% damage from Shower C6, but I guess it's not that big of a difference. Eh, alright. It is what it is. Hmm. How bad would like a Pyro MC driver team be? With Durin. Okay, maybe I'm overcooking a little bit actually. Maybe Theorcrafting has gone a little bit too far. Ah, fuck. We need to actually do some like events and shit. Let's do the dance event. You can check this Hera run. Oh, it's the one you sent earlier. Sure. Why isn't this hold space to go fast working? Whatever.
Strength is one of those things where you gotta use it or lose it. So, wanna train with me sometime?
What exactly do you want me to check about this? Oh! Are you wondering why he doesn't get the infusion? Wait, why doesn't he get the infusion? Wait, what? Is it possible that it was exactly the same damage on two different elements? And because it was tied, it didn't know what to take? Oh, is it the damage from the blessing? Right, because the blessing hits for like 25k. And I guess it has really high resistances, so true damage kind of gets overinflated hits. That's probably why, right? What's the blessing again? Is it when Bond of Life happens?
There's a lot that goes into managing an orchard. Watering, weeding, fertilizing the soil, making sure the temperature is right. But most importantly,
I don't know
you have to
then.
keep the fruit in a good mood.
I have no idea how this happened. Okay, shut up, Verissa, please. It is a like music thing, so let's have in-game volume. Yeah, it's not voiced though. GG. Chaska from Wish? I don't think Wish is supposed to have products of better quality. I would take Nutsack over Chaska any day of the week, man. Woman hater? Why? Because I like a woman more than another woman? I'm a woman hater? Oh, shit, bro. I guess I am. You got me. Okay, so what the hell are we supposed to do here? Pay attention to me. Okay, I'll do that. I'm paying attention to you. Focus on the drum beats in the music. All moves begin after 2 drum beats. Just like... I'm not entirely... That's not 2 drum beats, is it? It's... I guess. It feels like there's input delay, though. Time to ramp up the difficulty. I see. Well, that was so difficult. You can try again. Why would you want to try again, bro? No shot. No shot. Then let's get started. Wait. Can you like set up your like, can you sync? Eh, whatever. I don't care that much. If I fuck up, I fuck up, and it is what it is, you know? Good song, please? Okay. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. Get ready to be dunked on by kids. True. Okay, these people are not very good. It's fever time. Wow. This is so fun. Wait, you can get a 50? How did that guy get a 50? Wait, you guys can't see the scores. What am I supposed to do here? Oh, I'm supposed to fucking... I see. I'm supposed to fucking spam. Successfully hit all beats. Holy. Wow, that was so fun. Nice combo at the end. I didn't know what you were supposed to do! My bad! Yeah, the tutorial didn't warn me about that. Which one is that? Children of Echoes? Okay, you love to see it. Wait, let me move my account so you guys can see everyone's score. This is a banger track. Damn, everyone's get perfect. Never mind, not anymore. It's me and Cupid. Fucking Cupid loser. Got less than me at the end. Easy clap. I ended Cupid, man. With this one-sided beef. True. More can be obtained? What? Oh, I see. Wow. I have 5 days left for this. Nah, I don't really want to do that. Why did I start doing this again? Oh yeah, because I was out of encounter points. Am I good now? Yeah. Yeah, easy clap. Are you doing Abyss tips today? Oh yeah, I was supposed to do that. Sure, we can do that today.
Add astro. Thank you for add astro.
This 4-star only operative clear is impressive. Okay, stop sending me Sethos gameplay. I'm tired of it. It just makes me feel bad. Now you know how Cupid felt. Okay, man. My bad. You're right. Poor Cupid.
Is the ability to not get lost some sort of...
Poor Cupid. You're right. That's a good point. Okay. Is it time to record? Bro, what the fuck do I even say about this abyss, man? Skirk players, remember Farina breaks the shield. Just to have the DPS check forehead. That he can solo second side, true. Hmm. Because, like, the main issue with this abyss is that Hera HP is pretty high to the point where it's a little bit difficult to brute force. Which means for people who don't have Nullcry characters, they need to have a team that can brute force Hera that can also get through Crab, right? You can do that with Nahida, I guess, but it's really difficult with 4-star Hyper Bloom. And it's not just Hera, it's also that these enemies are tanky as fuck. With Finale or Arlecchino, he doesn't get infusion. Is that true? Like, is that a reliable thing where it just doesn't happen? Maybe the true damage works in a finicky way and is just getting prioritized too much or some shit. We'll try it. So let's do Arlecchino. Arlecchino, where are you? Arlecchino. Do I do Overload and just wait out the crab? Yeah, let's do that. Let's use this. Let's make sure Arlecchino's properly geared. She's not. I'm glad I checked. Hey, right. It's because we were playing Yoimiya. I forgot. That's funny. Chevaliers should be geared. Bennett should be geared. Yeah. Okay. What do we do second side for this? It doesn't really matter. You just need something that has a lot of damage. Let's do maybe that. I'm done. A lot of damage uses Nevilet. Well, it's Hyper Bloom. Right? Anyways.
Everybody stand back! Shadow Raven, you asked for it! Drop your weapons!
Laid bare.
I'd like to get energy back on my characters, so I might as well do this, right? Okay.
Adventure.
Okay, we're fine. Fuck.
Overrule. I'm going in.
Midnight vent.
Laid bare.
Hands where I can see them. Stop right there. Teamwork is Oz, reveal thyself.
I don't think I get there.
Wings of darkness.
Right, he's about to make them explode. It's fine. We just have to wait it out again.
Transfixed. Witness my rise.
I wanted to test the second chamber stuff anyways. I don't trust myself to iframe this shit. I'll just wait.
Stop right there. By royal decree, I'm going in. Let's light it up.
Okay.
Everlasting.
Let's just heal back to full again.
Off we go.
Alright.
Leave this place. By the frost.
Strike a pose. Let my name echo in.
Be sanctified.
Receive my blood.
Settle down.
Forest.
We're not gonna get this clear, but it's fine.
There. Yoo-hoo! Let the world come alive.
The tides beckon.
Lush as the moon.
It's okay. We just wanted to test the second chamber anyways. Alright, so. Let's see if we were just straight up lied to or not.
Overruled. Oz, reveal.
Yeah, we were just straight up lied to. Cool. How can a video lie? It's not about the video. I assume that what happened in the video was some sort of weird bug. But a chatter said you can just use Arlecchino or Finale and you're fine.
Drop your weapons.
See. Like, maybe if we do this, it gets out damage, but at that point, why the fuck are you doing that instead of just normal attacking on Fischl, you know? Yeah, like, if you do this, your Bond of Life stuff out damages. But, like, that's so much slower than just doing normal attacks on Fischl. Right? Like, you can just do normal attacks on Fischl. And it's so much slower. Or so much faster, I mean. Oh, sorry. I guess maybe it allows you to drop Oz, right? If you do this.
By royal decree.
Oops. Yeah. So, the true damage you get from the Blessing can help make up for Oz out-damaging physical normal attacks. So it can help you speed it up a little bit. Right? But, like, that's not that big of a deal. Right? Like, we get it, like, 4 or 5 seconds faster. It's not that big of a deal. You lose C1 with Oz out, do you?
Midnight.
Oh, yeah. Well, you lose C1, but you gain C6, so it's not actually losing something. Whatever. Okay. Yeah, I think I'm ready to record, chat. Everyone say hi to YouTube. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome. Hi. To a video about some tips and tricks on the new Abyss, which is most definitely an Abyss of all time. So, new Abyss is a little bit annoying for people who don't have Notcry characters, because we're getting the Notcry shield again, but there's a few things you can do, so let's talk about them. Before we get into the enemies, the Leyline Disorder, or sorry, the Blessing of the Abyssal Moon is a little bit of true damage when you gain or lose Bond of Life. And it actually does matter in one of the fights, so just keep that in mind, in the back of your mind for now. And the Leyline Disorder is bloom damage and lunar bloom damage on the first side. Normal attack power damage on the second side. This is meant to incentivize running Nefer on the first side, Arlecchino on the second one. Nilo also gets a benefit from the bloom, but 200 bloom damage is a lot less valuable than 75 Lunar Bloom damage generally. They're not that different though, so like it's fine. But both Nilo and Nefer are getting pretty chilled by the Leyline Disorder, but that doesn't mean they're the only teams that can get through it. So let's talk about what we've got. Chamber 1, we have the Crab. Crab is back, and instead of the Crab being alone, this time there's 2 waves with a mini Crab, then a big Crab. You might be thinking, oh, that means that it's harder than the last time Crab was here, right? No. It's actually easier than the last time Crab was here. There's a couple of reasons for that. Reason number 1. If you look at the last time Crab was here, which was here, it was in Chamber 3, not in Chamber 1. Enemies in Chamber 3 are level 100, whereas enemies in Chamber 1 are level 95. The amount of HP the Crab had was 4.4 million, and in Chamber 1, it has 3.6. So even though the first wave is 400k HP, it's still less total HP you have to deal. But that's not the only reason why it's easier than the last time Crab was here. The second reason why it's easier is because Crab being a second wave enemy is really good. When Crab is the first enemy in the chamber, it takes about like 5-ish seconds to get its shield and go up. But 5 seconds isn't enough for you to do a setup and start dealing damage. When you have a really squishy first wave, though, you can do your setup against a squishy first wave, kill the enemies in the squishy first wave, and then you have 5 seconds of DPS against the Crab before it goes up. This isn't that big of a deal for the teams that work with the Crab's mechanics, so Hyper Bloom teams and Bloom teams and Lunar Bloom teams, or Burgeon teams, but it's actually a really big deal for teams that want to brute force it, because you now get to front load a bunch of damage before it goes up, which means that the DPS requirement to be able to kill the Crab in one phase before it goes back up a second time is a lot lower. On top of it having less HP. The reason why this matters a lot is because the stall phase for the Crab, if you don't bring Dendro, takes a long time. Alright, let me show you how long it takes.
Bow your head.
Let me just
Strike a pose. Let my name echo in.
You poor little.
kill off this first wave real quick. Okay. So, the shield phase starts at 44. And if you don't bring Dendro, you won't have a way to bloom the seeds. There's things you can do to cheat out Hydro application without a Hydro unit. But you can't do that with Dendro application, unfortunately. So without a Dendro, you just aren't going to break the seeds. And as you can see, his shield breaks at around 13, right? So it stalls for over 30 seconds.
Justice is blindsided.
It's like 35 if you include the time he takes to go up and the time he takes to go back down. Which means, if you can't kill it before its second shield, right? Again, he went up for the first shield at 44 on the timer. Let's take a look at what time he goes back up the second time. I've never seen that attack.
There's a tear in
Let's just
my
heal
robe.
back up real quick.
Silence. An oversight on my part.
Alright, he goes back up at 31. So it's about a minute 10 later. Alright, he went down at what was it? At around 13? 14-ish? Went back up at 31. So you have 40 to 45 seconds before he goes back up a second time. Now, the stall is a forced 30-something seconds. The first wave is going to be at least, like, if you also include the spawn time for the second wave, at least 20-ish. Maybe, let's be optimistic, say like 15-ish. Right? So that's 45 seconds. So if you can't kill it in the next 45 seconds, you're now at a minute 30. And then you gotta wait an additional 30 plus seconds. Which means that your time left for the second half will be less than a minute. And that's gonna be a problem unless you have an incredibly strong second side team. And again, right, that's assuming you kill it as soon as it gets back down. But realistically, if you weren't able to kill it in the first down, it's because he's got some HP left. So you might end up with like 30 seconds left. All of this to say, if you're trying to brute force the crab in a team that doesn't have Dendro, the fact that you get to front load a bit of damage on the first, thanks to the first wave, and that some of the chamber's HP is on the first wave instead of on the crab, means that the amount of damage you need to deal in that 40-ish seconds of time between stall phases, instead of being that 4.4 million from the last Abyss, right? You can probably front load like 600k plus before he goes up. So it's now about 3 million. Even in teams that don't have very front-loaded damage, you just get a few hits before he goes up. But what that means is that it is a lot easier to brute force this crab than the last crab. Which means there's more non-Dendro teams that will be able to get through this. And because of how high the DPS check can be against both Hera and the Nodcry, like, wilderness enemies, the Wild Hunt enemies, having the ability to get your non-Dendro teams through the crab, if you don't have the very good Dendro units like Llama, is going to allow you to still get 3 stars on your other chambers. A great example of that is Kirk, right? So if you do your setup against the first wave with Skirk,
Shower me with praise. Time to shine.
A burst of flavor. Get to work. Shut. Another star goes out. Annihilate.
you almost get 2 full N5s before he goes up. And instead of having to do 4-ish million damage, or 4.4-ish million damage,
Fearless.
we're now only gonna need to do about 3.
Yoo-hoo! Let the world come alive.
Up to the freezer. The pinnacle of excellence. Fulfill our path. Paradigm shift. Extinguish.
Let my name echo in song.
Which is a lot easier for Skirk to brute force.
Shower me with praise.
You still have to deal with really annoying targeting, but that's just how it is against Crab. But as you can see, right? Now he's almost dead. Please don't die.
Bon appetit.
Okay. If this crab had 1,000,000 more HP, I wouldn't have been able to kill it before he went back up. With my Skirk investment. But because he's lower HP total, and because we could get some damage before he went up, I was able to do it, and I even had some wiggle room. My Skirk build is fairly good. It's nothing amazing, but it's fairly good. But yeah. We're recording right now. We can talk about that later. Anyways, now, and because Skirk is a fairly popular carry, who definitely does have the DPS to brute force to brute force chambers 2 and 3 without Ascendant Gleam, and the fact that she actually can get through the crab without like really high investment or like really min-max gameplay, unlike with the last time crab was in Abyss, where my Skirk with my skill level wasn't able to brute force it in one down, unless I went, and so it was better for me to go a Dendro last slot instead of a Cryo or Hydro, sacrifice a fuck ton of damage, just so I wouldn't have to deal with brute forcing. Yeah. If you do that in this Abyss, you're gonna struggle way too much in Chambers 2 and 3. So the fact that you don't have to is pretty impactful. Anyways, it's not just the case for Skirk. You can also do it with Maoika, you can do it with Verissa, you can do it with Arlecchino, Cloraine, whatever. That being said, brute forcing without needing 2 downs. And again, when I say brute forcing, I mean without bringing a Dendro unit. Brute forcing without needing 2 downs tends to be only available to the better carries. Because even if it's less than last time he was in Abyss, it's still fairly high. Because keep in mind, the crab has 80% resistance if you don't apply Dendro to the seeds and bloom them. So it's not just dealing 3 million damage, it's dealing 3 million damage against an enemy that has 80% resistance. Not ideal. Anyways, there's a whole lot of yap again about this. As a general rule, if you have Flins or Nefer, because of the Ascendant Gleam making Hera and the Wild Hunt enemies easier, well, Nefer is just shield for this Abyss, but Flins doesn't mind sacrificing the buff slot for Dendro, because he doesn't need the buff slot because he's got Ascendant Gleam to deal with the enemy's mechanics in Chambers 2 and 3. When it comes to non-brute forcing this, you can do it with Hyperbloom, but I wasn't able to get through Chamber 3 with 4-star only Hyperbloom stuff. It's just too much HP. Generally, the only 4-star teams that can get through Wild Hunt stuff are going to be Gumming teams, Sethos teams from people that are really good at the game. Maybe National as well. But those tend to be a lot harder. So I wasn't able to do a continuous clear with 4-stars only in this Abyss. There's a few clears out there. I've only seen one continuous clear with 4-stars only, and it was with Sethos, because Gaming can't get through this. Whereas Sethos can use Dendro plus Anemo. So let's quickly talk about what I meant when I said that you can cheat out some Hydro application without a Hydro unit. Obviously, I'm not going to do an actual clear with this team because I'm not good enough, and also my Sethos isn't geared enough. But we can still show what they were doing.
By royal decree.
Give me some space.
Shadow Ray. Stay put.
Move or be moved. Way ahead of you.
Oops. Don't want to talk about that. Anyways. Yeah. So you do something like this, then you let yourself get hit by the seeds that he throws down, and then you walk into this, and that applies hydro to your seeds. And then you're vibing. Your seeds explode. You're having a good time. You can do it with Sucrose, but you can also do it with pretty much any other hydro or animal character that can absorb. Just remember to let yourself get hit. If you don't let yourself get hit, you won't have the hydro. You can get hit in burst iframes and still get it, though. So, that's good to know, I suppose. But yeah, that means that if you want to play something like, I don't know, like Arlecchino, you can do burning teams with Emily, with like Kazuha or something, if you want. Anyways, let's talk about the second side now. Second side isn't too difficult, honestly. Like pretty much throughout everything here. The biggest problem with second side is that it kind of has forced additional time. In the sense that because it's 3 waves, it tends to like artificially increase the DPS requirement. Because sometimes you can't, like, sometimes your damage overkill enemies. And it's a bit annoying. Yumkasor, if you don't have enough damage to kill him before he starts spinning, the spin makes you lose a lot of time. And Primo Geovishap takes a long-ass time to get up. That being said, it doesn't tend to be too bad. The DPS check at this point is pretty standard on second half. So it's generally just a matter of having a decent team on the second half and having a synergistic team that has enough DPS for the Wild Hunt on the first half. Quick reminder. There are other ways of dealing with the Coppelius shield than just applying elements to it to trigger reactions. You might have forgotten about this because it was not very relevant, but Fontaine had the Pneumuzia mechanics, where you had Pneuma and Uzia attacks. And they interacted with enemies in specific ways. When Farina does a normal attack, it hits with Uzia if she's in the damage mode. And if you hit Coppelius with Uzia while it's shielded, it just removes the shield. Other characters that have Uzia are Chevreuse, although it doesn't really matter because she applies so much pyro, she's going to break the shield even without it. Anyways, I think Lynette, if I remember correctly. Is Escoffier Uzia? I didn't even know. It is. Risley, apparently. Chlorine, Navia. You can also get it from the the Narcissan Curse sword that you get from questing. If you don't have a Fontaine character that fits your teams that works with it, you can just equip this on someone and get it from that. So generally, Coppelia's shield doesn't tend to be too big of a problem. Then Yumkasor, Pyro helps kill it faster because if you apply Pyro to the little plants that it spawns around him, they explode and deal damage to him. But you don't need Pyro. It's not an insane amount of damage, so not having it doesn't make you cooked. And he doesn't lose resistances if you deal with that mechanic. So it's not really necessary. It's just nice, I guess. It also has high Dendro resistance, so Dendro carry is not ideal generally. And finally, Primo Geovishap. It's a Cryo Geovishap. So Cryo characters deal a bit less damage against it, but Cryo Shielders help reflect the shield more easily. With Geovishap, you always have the option of intentionally letting yourself get hit by one of his Cryo attacks, and then by one of his Geo attacks, in order to self-crystallize. Because you can then pick up the crystallized crystal to have a shield that reflects his attack. But when it's a Cryo Geovishap, because of the Cryo Aura slows down your animations, it's really annoying. So I don't think it's that big of a deal this time. Secret Source Automaton is a bit easier to deal with if you have Natlan characters, if I remember correctly. The first wave thingy. It's not the boss Secret Source Automaton, but it is a Secret Source Automaton. The Hunter Seeker. Yeah, if you're in Night Soul mode next to him, if any of your characters is in Night Soul mode next to him, he accumulates energy on his bar, and when he's full, he loses resistances. But if you have any shred, it doesn't really matter that much. Wild Hunt enemies, just like the last time they were here. You kill them once, they get weakened. When they're weakened, instead of dealing damage to their current HP, which is at 0, you deal damage to their max HP. After 10 seconds of being weakened, they heal back to full, up to their current max HP, which is going to be lower than their base max HP because you reduced it by dealing damage to them while they were weakened. And it repeats that until their max HP gets to 0. Every time you down them, they also lose a certain portion of their max HP. But generally, they end up with like somewhere between 2 and 3 times more HP than it actually says they have because of this. If you have Ascendant Gleam, though, they just basically don't heal. Ascendant Gleam allows you to deal damage to max HP directly. If you hit with abilities enhanced by Ascendant Gleam, so like Ino Burst, Flinz's mini bursts, Inefa's... Wait, does Inefa have any? I don't think Inefa has any. Llama's... I don't know if Llama gets... I think Llama does, right? Because her passive applies... Yeah, her passive applies on using skill. This Abyss will still be here when the patch drops. And the patch is going to give us Yahoda. Yahoda also does it. We're finally going to be able to do it without needing a Nograi 5-star by putting Aino and Yahoda on the team. So that's kind of cool. Um, and finally, the Frost Knight Hera. Hera is kind of an interesting enemy. I've talked about him a little bit when I recorded my video about Siege Onslaught. I like Hera design-wise, but I think it has too much HP to allow for all the potential fun you could have figuring out ways to break its HP or to break its like enhanced state in unconventional in unconventional ways. In Abyss, it's not quite as bad because obviously he has lower HP. But if you don't have a strong second side team, Yumkasor is a fairly high HP target. So if you're not doing Hera fairly quickly, Yumkasor is gonna suck ass. You won't have that much time for it. As a general rule for Hera, you have a few options. You can either try to bypass the absorption mechanic. So, quick reminder. When Hera spawns, he gets a special bar, or a special like energy mechanic thingy, whatever, where while he has that, he's like not exactly immune, but he has such high resistances that he's effectively immune to damage. And every time you deal damage to Hera, or hit Hera, a portion of his energy bar fills up. And it takes 50 hits to fill it up completely. Maybe it's less in Abyss, actually. I'm not sure if it's 50 in Abyss as well. Yeah, it's 50. So it takes 50 hits. Once you have filled up the bar, it looks at how much damage you dealt of each element. And he gains immunity and an aura of whatever element dealt the most damage. If what dealt the most damage was a lunar reaction, he does not get that. And also, lunar damage is 6 times more effective at filling up the bar. So basically, lunar teams deal with it pretty easily. For non-lunar teams, you generally have to make sure that he doesn't get an absorption, or an aura, and an immunity to an element that is important for your team. Right? If you're playing a pyro carry and he gets a pyro absorption, an aura, whatever, you're cooked. So you can generally either try to force an aura that's favorable to you. You can do that by like forcing a cryo aura in a melt team. By forcing a pyro aura in a Milani team, something like that. Or you can try to just get no aura at all, which is what happens when physical outdamages the other ones. And as far as I understand, for the sake of Hera's like damage counting, the true damage you get from the Abyss Blessing, which is about 25k every time your Bond of Life moves, is counted, it's tallied with the physical damage. So if you have a way to increase or decrease Bond of Life, it'll help you bypass the mechanic by having him see that physical was the highest damage. Because true damage ignores resistances, it doesn't get reduced unlike the others, so it becomes a lot more impactful for this. Generally, the best ways of just filling the bar up as quickly as possible without doing a specific aura are fast-hitting normal attackers. Generally, the polearm characters hit the fastest, and on top of that, polearm characters can use Crescent Pike. So, every hit counts double. You can also use the Scoured Blade that has a similar effect on sword characters. You can also use Fischl. Fischl's Constellation 1 doubles her normal attack hits when Oz is not out. So you can fill it up pretty quickly by doing Fischl normal attacks. Any sort of weapon that adds a bunch of hits, Viridescent Hunt, for example, also counts towards that. Characters that just have a lot of hits. You look at Animo MC, for example. Animo MC hold E, hits quickly, hits with 2 elements at once, so it's double the hits, and swirls. So you generally almost fill up the whole bar from just Sack Sword, Animo MC doing 2 hold E's. So you can do that to get whatever element is favorable to you. You can do the same thing with Lanyan as well, who also has a bunch of hits on her E. You can use Burning. Very relevant here because you really want Dendro against the Crab. Burning, each tick of Burning counts towards the tally. You can do Burning both for Pyro carries and for Cryo or Hydro carries. If you do it for Pyro carries, you want to make sure that you're using the Burning Aura during your setup to react your support's damage, like Yelan, like Citlali, whatever, so that their damage is going to be higher than your burning damage, and the enemy will get a Cryo or a Hydro Aura instead of a Dendro or Pyro one. If you're using a character like Molani instead, for example, just make sure your Pyro's out damaging. Remember, burning is pyro damage, even if it's getting triggered by a Dendro character. So you've got like a fully M Nahida, for example, is going to do a lot of pyro damage. When it comes to the tallying everything, you have a lot of options, and that's why I like Hera conceptually. But the amount of HP it has, especially in Siege and Onslaught, makes a lot of the fun disappear for me. But anyways. Yeah, I think it's time to do an example clear, give some more like practical gameplay tips rather than team building tips. I'm not going to use a Dendro team here, because everyone knows Dendro teams are going to clear no problem. I'll do a Skirk team, actually. And then on the second side... Actually, no, you know what? I'll do a Molani team. What's the worst that can happen? Oh boy. Time for Zajef Molani gameplay. Sneak peek at next patch with Mona. I'm down. Yeah. I'm gonna use I'm gonna use Llama because I suck too much at Molani, and my Molani build is also pretty bad to have a good time with a worse team like that uses Nahida or Emily, for example. But I'm not gonna use Mona's Holdy for the crab so that we can simulate what would happen if I was using a different Dendro unit. And I don't have Ascendant Gleam, so it's not gonna change shit for the Wilderness Hunter. Did I say Mona? I meant Llama Holdy, yes. And then second side. Actually, you know what? What if I just play Hyper Bloom here? What the fuck do I do here? This Nahida. That's gonna be real bad though, isn't it? Probably want Instructor on her, right? It doesn't really matter. I'll give her 5 though. Okay. Moloni is actually pretty good for this Abyss. And I can't believe I'm saying that. Am I turning into a Molani Glazer? Goodness. Because her teams already have the stuff that Crab needs, but then on top of that, Crab spawning seeds allow Molani to get 4 bites instead of 3. The burning stuff is good at dealing with Hera. And she does have a good amount of front-loaded damage that can help her deal with the down windows of the Wild Hunt enemies. Anyways.
Shadows of fate.
Light it up! Light of the blazing sun!
Committed to memory. Share in my knowledge. Fate is upon you. Let's ride. Amazing.
I'm not gonna get a third one.
Delved into.
Burn it down! Pyroclastic surge!
Make yourselves a
I'm
home.
lagging a little here. That's a bit annoying, but it's fine. We did not vape that. It is what it is.
This way, Turtle.
Light it up! Wrath from the sky!
See.
Decided by destiny.
Wait, did I not hit him with my Nahida E? Oh no, that's really bad. It's fine.
Carving wave. Surf's up. Hey.
Burn it down!
It's fine. Okay. We can now show the second side.
Protect us. By the
There is no escape!
Strike a pose. Time to shine.
Let the mighty be humbled. Bow your head.
Yeah, so here, remember, you can always go back to Farina and do a normal attack
Illusion shattered.
to break the shield. Here, it happens at the perfect moment.
The tides beckon.
Because it's right as we're already on Farina. Oops. That's pretty bad. The next one, though, will not happen at the perfect moment. So we swap back to Farina, do a normal. And we get through it without too much of a problem. We don't talk about the Molani gameplay. Alright, it is what it is. Anyways.
Let me scrub. Grow, grow, grow. The Temple of Wisdom.
Light of the blazing sun! Try and stop.
Written in the stars.
What am I doing? I forgot I have to fucking get the fucking phase done first. Also, both of our carries are HP scalers. Why am I clicking on the attack card? Anyways. So for the Hera here, it's going to be really easy because we have just burning. Make sure we keep the burning aura by attacking with
Grow, grow, grow.
Nahida. And then we get through it, no problem.
Make yourselves at home.
Wrath from the skies!
Might eat and fuck. Ah, that's really bad.
Amazing. Woohoo! Catch an epic wave. This might hurt a little. Shadows of fate.
Burn it down! Pyroclastic surge!
Decided.
We don't talk about that. It's fine.
Carving wave.
Oh, God.
Surf's up.
Yeah. Average Molani experience, to be fair. But, yeah. Here, he's about to do the thing again. He does it again around the 9-minute mark. Right? So about a minute later.
Light it up!
Yeah. 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 Sharing my knowledge. Let me scry.
Light of the blazing sun!
Can I please get my E? I guess not. I guess it doesn't matter, actually.
Surf's up. Let's shred, Sharky.
Rise with the sun!
But yeah. So keep in mind, right, both my gameplay and my build on Molani are fucking very suspicious. Right? But even then, we still get through.
Forest, protect us.
Here we have a team that does a decent amount of dendro damage, so it's not perfect, but
My name echo in
it's a good enough team that it won't really matter.
Let the mighty be humbled. Settle.
And we also have a bunch of shred from Llama plus Deepwood.
Silence.
For the everlasting forest.
illusion shut. Yoo-hoo! Let the world come alive.
Oh no.
Bow your head.
Branch into saw.
We're also losing a lot of our Hyperbloom damage because... because bro keeps burgeoning.
Settle down.
But it's fine.
Your poor lost lamb. With one
Time to shine.
Bow your head.
receive
Is it
my-
fine? Or are we cooked? We might be cooked, actually. No, we're fine,
Mighty be humbled.
I think. We're not fine. Oh, shit. I don't want to talk about it. That's that. Oh, God. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. That's fine. First attempt. This is my first try, chat. Very cool.
Light it up!
Committed to memory.
Bro.
Make yourselves at home. Grow, grow.
Wrath from the skies!
Decided by destiny.
What buff did I get? I think that's the EM buff.
Best of luck.
Aha! He fucking flew up.
To memory.
So my Molani stopped
Rise
it's
with
fine.
the sun!
It's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine.
Written in the stars.
It's not fine at all. Okay, classic Milani.
Grow, grow, grow.
Delves into destiny. Burn it down. Wrath from the sky.
Sharing my knowledge.
Decided by destiny.
Catch an
I have to do this before he. Oh shit! I didn't do it in time.
Rise with the
committed to memory. Make yourselves at home. Grow, grow.
shadows of fate. Pyroclastic surge. Written in the stars.
Let's ride. Check this out. Best of luck. Surf's up. Hey.
I think we got a bad Witsith buff there.
Burn it down. Wrath from the sky.
Sharing my knowledge.
Fate is upon you.
Carving waves.
Delves into death.
Yeah.
Pyroclastic surge. Full throttle.
Ha! He dodged my fucking chomp generation again. It's fine. I heckin' love Milani.
Committed to memory.
Light of the blazing sun. Written in the stars.
Was Witsith on cooldown or did we get the bad buff?
Let's shred, Sharky.
I fucked up. I should have done a third chomp there.
Let's ride.
Before burst. That would have been enough to kill. Anyways.
Silence.
No, we gotta do this shit again, man. I don't know why I decided to play Milani.
Burn it down.
Committed to memory. Yeah. Sharing my knowledge.
Shadows of fate. Pyroclastic surge. Try and stop.
This might hurt a little.
Decided by destiny.
Catch an epic wave. Whoosh!
Okay, good.
The Temple of Wisdom.
Delves into death. Rise with the sun. Wrath from the sky.
Grow, grow, grow.
Written in the stars.
Carving waves. Amazing. Woohoo! Amazing.
Oh, classic Milani.
Committed to memory.
Let me scry. Light it up. Light of the blazing sun. Fate is upon you.
Let's shred.
I'll do this because I don't think I have time to do two. Yeah.
Grow, grow, grow. Yeah. 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 Sharing my knowledge.
Yeah.
This might hurt.
Rise with the sun. Wrath from the sky.
Woohoo! Surf's up. Grow, grow, grow.
Light it up.
Make yourselves at home.
Written in the stars. Delves into.
Let's ride.
I think that kills, right? Yeah. Because we got the EM buff on Witsith.
Settle.
That's still not much faster, though.
Protect us by the frost.
It's only like 2 seconds faster.
Let my name
It's okay, though.
echo in song.
Be sanctified. Bow your head.
lost lamb with one heart.
There is no escape. Strike a pose. Let the world come alive.
Let the mighty be humbled. Silence.
Branch into song.
Settle down.
Leave this place for the ever.
Shine down. Shower me with praise. Let my name echo in.
Oh, he didn't spin twice. Only spun once. Spun? Am I gonna die here? No. Okay. Okay, we got through this time. But it wasn't very good. But it's fine. It's okay.
Let me scribe. This way, turtle. Rise with the sun. Light of the blazing sun. Decided by destiny. Let's ride.
Okay, this should down him. Don't think we kill him in one, but I do think we kill him in two. Not quite. It's close enough. This'll kill him, most likely. Yep.
Fate is upon you. Grow. Oh, faster.
Woohoo! Check this out. Best of luck. Surf's up.
Oopsie.
Shadows of fate.
This way, turtle. The temple of wisdom. Wrath from the skies.
Decided by destiny.
Carving waves.
This should down him. It didn't. Oh, we're kind of cooked here.
Amazing.
I don't have enough energy to burst. Aww.
Grow.
That's really bad.
Full throttle.
That's so bad. Jesus Christ.
Delve into destiny.
Make yourselves at home. Light it up. Pyroclastic surge.
Decided by destiny.
Carving waves. Woohoo! Surf's up. Catch an epic wave. Whoosh!
Shadows of
Committed to memory. Wrath from the skies.
This team seems so bad. Yeah, it's not a particularly good team until the Mona buffs happen.
This way, turtle. Faster.
Oh, we don't have pyro. Yeah. Also, my Mona does not have enough ER at all.
Need a surfboard? I must protect my clients.
Don't think we have enough time for this one now. Yeah.
let me scribe.
Grow.
Bro, Fab didn't proc. We're cooked. Are we cooked? Maybe not.
Fate is upon you.
Let's ride.
We got the EM buff. That's good. Might be able to one-rotate this guy. Oh, never mind. Our fucking pyro ran out because I fucked up my setup.
Light of the blazing sun. Rev the
Written in the stars.
Bro, hello?
amazing. Woohoo! Let's shred, Sharky.
Delve into
Grow. Share my knowledge.
Oh, we're cooked. He staggered me, so I'm not gonna catch. Oh, I'm still gonna catch my particles on Mona. Easy clap.
Oh, faster. Surf's up.
Okay, so here I think I'll cut my rotation short, so I don't kill him, so I don't down him too early.
shadows of fate.
The temple of wisdom. Wrath from the skies. Giants.
Written in the stars.
Check this out.
And we can deal most of our damage against a down enemy.
Amazing.
Okay.
upon you. Carving waves.
Stop here again. Okay. Might eat fucking mist. Classic.
Breath from the skies.
Decided by destiny. Committed to memory. Faster. Amazing. Let's shred, Sharky.
It's not that bad, though. Not great, but not that bad.
Silence.
Forest, protect us.
Don't know if we have enough here. Hopefully.
Let the world come alive.
Oh, I'm starting without burst. That's really bad.
Lush as the moonlight.
Let the mighty be humbled.
I guess it's not that bad. I don't think we're gonna get this. Fuck. Am I really not gonna be able to fucking show this with the Milani team? I don't think so. I think my Milani build is too bad.
Silence.
That's really unfortunate. Because I wanted to show that Milani's pretty good while still doing a Hyperloom team second half, but I don't think I can. That sucks, dude. Yeah, I would definitely need Llama for my Milani to clear. Or something other than Mona. But I wanted to show the team with Mona before the Mona buffs. Whatever. Let's just brute force with Skirk, I guess. I don't know, man. That's so boring, though. Then second side, let's just fucking... You guys think Yoimiya clears with Skirk first side? Yeah, let's leave her on this. Alright. But yeah, so... like I was talking about earlier here, we just try to do as much damage as possible to the crab before it gets up. Didn't quite get the N5 before the shred, or before its resistances kicked in, but that's fine. Here, might as well prep the next rotation by having Serpent Subtlety on Skirk. And then we wait. He stays up for about 30 seconds. You can try to keep track of it, but also his paws, or his claws, start shining. Right as he's about to do the wipe attack, so you can use a burst life frame when the claws start shining if you want, which is now.
Time to shine.
Goose on the loose. Show no mercy. Paradigm shift. Annihilate.
Shower me with the...
Get the pinnacle of excellence.
Let my name echo in song.
Fulfill our path. Mine to wield.
Alright. But yeah, we're going to be showing that the second side doesn't matter that much generally, as long as your first side is good, by playing a Yoimiya team.
Everybody stand! Odds, you asked for it! Final! Time for a light show! Stop right there! Let's light it up! I'm going it to Wings of Dark! The fuse is lit!
Now, if you're a Yoimiya player wondering why my Yoimiya damage is lower than yours, it's a mix of a few things. One, my build just isn't that good. But two, in this team, EM Sands is actually better than Attack Sands. Because she triggers a lot of overloads. And TF helps your rotations be shorter. So we lose a lot of, like, per personal damage to help at least the... Oops, we're standing outside the Bennett buff like an idiot. Ooh. That's a little cooked on the elemental application there. I shouldn't have fucking yapped like an idiot. It doesn't matter, though. Make sure we finish with the bursts up. Get some overloads. Hell yeah. No way overload damage is higher than Yoimiya damage. The talent damage will be higher at high investment Yoimiya, but my Yoimiya is not high investment. And also, so for me, yeah. Anyways, here, generally, my Farina has just barely enough damage. Oops. Okay. My Farina has just barely enough damage to outdamage my Escoffier generally. But it's kind of looking sus here. Yeah, I think my Farina might be on the wrong build. Because usually she outdamages. Oh, right. This is gonna help. Alright, when you're playing Skirk, you can use the down period at the start, so you use a hold E to set things up.
Off to the freezer. A burst of sleep. Yoo-hoo! Fulfill our pact.
For avoided out rotation at the start. Oops. Because you have an innate Hydro on the enemy, you lose Choir Resonance, but you make it very easy for Citlali to proc Cinder City if you're using Citlali on Cinder City. Also make it impossible for Molani to proc Cinder City, so Molani is not very good
Get to work.
against the Hera and the Skirk team. But yeah, Skirk is generally just enough damage to kill Hera if you're on a good enough Skirk build before he even gets a second down. Anyways.
Everybody stand. By royal hands where I can see 'em. I summon thee. Fire hazard. Let's light it up. I'm going. Shadow Raven.
Here, I waited to get the Electro Aura on the enemy before I use my Yoimiya E. Should have just spent a little bit more time on Fischl. That would have been better, but it's fine.
Justice will prevail.
Okay. One of the nice things that Yoimiya can do here is you don't necessarily have to go out of Bennett Burst to keep damaging the Yumkasaur. So if he does the spin attack at a bad moment, it's really not that big of a deal for you.
Midnight
Alright, on a lot of other characters, if you did the spin attack now, you're kind of cooked. On Yoimiya, you just keep attacking him from afar. Assuming she doesn't misses. Okay.
Strike a pose. A dash of frosting. Goose on the loose. Let mine
Rotations aren't ideal here, but not much we can do about the fact we didn't have burst on Farina. Well, we could have made sure we had burst on Farina, but it is what it is. Here against the Wild Hunt enemies, we could try to front load damage.
let the world collide.
Into a rotation here. It wouldn't be bad, but it's not necessary, because Skirk just... When it's only one of them instead of two, Skirk doesn't really struggle with brute forcing.
Time to shine.
Right, and even without setting up the, like, roided out rotation,
Goose on the loose.
we're still killing it in just +1 rotation. Right.
Mine to wield.
If we set up the roided out rotation, it still wouldn't quite have killed, so we would have needed to start the next one anyways, and it would have just made us lose time. But that's just a matter of breakpoints. If your Skirk build is a little bit worse, maybe it's worth doing for you. Anyways.
You asked for it. Drop
Let me get some energy for Bennett.
Adventure time. Teamwork is
Oopsie. So here I kind of fucked up. My Chevar's shit is gonna be on cooldown when I don't want it to be. So it kind of slows down my rotations a bit because I'm bad, but it's okay. It happens.
Shadow Ray. Fire hazard.
And here, there's not much of a point to continuing the rotation. Just make sure your next one is gonna be
Let's light
started at the best possible time, which here is around here, right? We can start our uptime as soon as he loses his resistances. We don't talk about that arrow that missed at melee range.
Everybody
I'm gonna get hit by that. That's,
This realm is no home for
I didn't think that killed me. I didn't think that was gonna kill me. I thought my Fischl would survive that. My bad. My bad. Oops.
a little amuse-bouche.
Well, GG. Melted, yeah.
Name echo in song.
I could have, like, swapped into her later to make sure I didn't get melted, but I didn't think it was enough damage to kill me. Anyone want to check the clip, what the damage number was? Because I wonder how much I was overkilled by. I feel like it was barely anything.
Mine to wield.
Yeah.
Strike a pop. A little amuse-bouche. A burst of... Let the world collide. Show no mercy.
Fiddle has no HP. Yeah, but, like, I looked at my HP before. Like, I was at 16k. I didn't think it did 16k. I thought it was going to be around, like, 14 to 15. Because I thought it was, like, about 10k. And then reacted, it would be 15. It was 17k? Yeah. So we just barely got overkilled. Unlucky.
Justice will prevail. By royal stop right there. Teamwork is dreamwork. Let's lock.
No rest.
Fire hazard.
Little cooked on the rotations, but it's fine.
Drop your weapons. Everybody stand. Shadow.
Oh, fuck. It's fine. It doesn't really matter that much, because we can't carry over this extra damage no matter what.
Stop
I tried to iframe it with dashes, but I realized I dashed too late, so I used my ult. Yeah. The problem with this team is that using Yoimiya Burst prevents you from having her proc TF, so it tends to not be worth it.
Light it up. Teamwork is fuse is lit. Hands where I can see 'em. I'm going in. Midnight. Time for a light show.
But yeah, as you can see, right, as long as you have a good first side, generally the second side doesn't tend to be too much of a problem. This abyss is gated a lot more by the first side than the second side. Even my dog shit Yoimiya build is able to get through without too much of a problem. As long as I don't die. Let's not talk about that one. Anyways. Yeah, I hope you guys are able to get your abyss clears. As usual. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you learned a thing or two. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, YouTube. Yo. Yo. We stare. We pound. We do not zilch. This is not a zilch day. We opine. Bet. Oh my. Oh my. Oh my. Oh my. Often used to make jackets. Not sure, man. Alternate rock band. Alternative rock band with the album Yankee Hotel Foxtrot. I should probably know this. Perfect. Americana or country? What? A tiny bit of kindling. More extensive. Kagan on the Supreme Court. Birthday greeting that doesn't require an envelope? Chat, I'm cooked. I don't know any of these. What the fuck? Oh god. Dude, I'm so cooked. What the fuck? Perfect. It's like... But five letters is hard, man. It's not gonna be like flawless. It's good. I have no fucking clue. Is this Dole? It's probably Dole, right? That's a fruit company. That's 4 letters. It's probably Dole, right? A fabric that ends in D. I don't know. What the fuck is a fabric that ends in D? Is there one? What the fuck? Was Dole wrong? Is there another fruit company that's 4 letters? Dole is like the only fruit company I know, so I guess I wouldn't know if it is. Chat, I want to give up. I'm gonna give up. I give up. I did not solve it. Tweed, no idea what that is. Wilco, no clue. Ideal, I could have gotten, I guess. Americana or country genre? What the fuck is an Americana? Rad, maybe. Twig, maybe. Wider for more extensive? I don't know about that. Elena, yeah, I mean, I would never would have. An E-card. Yeah, no, this mini fucking sucked ass. Jesus Christ. That sucked ass. Oh my god. It's fine. We redeem ourselves with the angle. 263. 262. 264. 263. We're one away again. What, dude? I feel like I'm getting so good at the angle. I'm getting so good at the angle, actually. I'm like always one away. What is that? We've had this exact picture before, I think. But I don't remember. Oh, right. Right. The fuck is that? I have no clue. Oh. What is that, man? The backbreaker. Okay. Let's move on. It's a mecha? I don't know mechas. Fuck. Dude, okay. That horrible day. Horrible day. Okay, that's Bochan from Ranking of Kings. That I never remember his name. It's like Aizawa. No, that's the fucking teacher in My Hero. It sounds like that. And I think this was the can't communicate one, right? Komi? I don't know what her last name is, though. Her first name? I don't fucking know. I'll ask you guys the last name after I lock something in for him. It's like... There's an additional syllable. It's like Aikazawa or some shit. Or maybe it is Aizawa. Okay, I'm gonna lock in Aizawa. So, if his name is Aizawa, what's his first name? And also, what's her first name? It's Komi Shoko, okay. And was his name Aizawa? Or was it something else? It's Oikawa. Damn. Alright, GG. Fuck. Wrong boat. Fuck. My bad. My bad, bro. Okay, whatever. I don't want to talk about it. Is that the girl with a K in her name? From ReZero? It's like Krauser? No. I feel like it's a but I'm not sure. I give up. I don't care that much, actually. I don't know the other ones. Crush. It wasn't a K. Well, there was a K, Karsten. But I didn't know that. So, actually, like, I was right about the K by accident, because I didn't know this. I thought there was a K in Crush. It's fine. Is that from Dorohedoro? Looks like it is. Isn't that just a generic, like, generic bad guy from Dorohedoro? Like, bro has a name? What if it's just Guy? What if his name is just Guy? Like, masked guy. Masked, Nose. I don't know. And then, I don't know the other ones. Okay, whatever. GG. Ooh, that was acceptable. Dude, I actually feel ashamed of not getting this one properly. Fuck. Okay, chat. Help me redeem myself. Is it Baki? No. Gore? Supposedly good and old. Let's try Berserk. Worse than Berserk. Not adventure, not horror. Is action, fantasy, gore. Akamega kill? Sure. Bet. Good guess. Alright, is this... Okay, we're fine. I feel like I've seen videos on Twitter using this song. I don't know if I've watched the show that has this. I don't think so. But I've definitely heard this song before. I don't know what this is. It's like an idol show? Ah! That's eyes. I know it from the eyes. I know it from the eyes. I know it from the eyes. Okay. Okay. Dude, I'm glad the video didn't cut out before that. Oh. How did you not watch that? I heard it was good, and then I heard it was weird, and then I heard the ending was shit. So I never really cared that much about watching it. What the fuck is this, bro? What the fuck is this, bro? Why is his nose so pointy? What the fuck where the fuck did the gun come from? Dude, chat, that guy looks like what I imagine the main character from Way of the House Husband would look like if that anime was made in 1995. Thoughts? School Rumble. Yeah, I don't know. Thoughts? Spot on. Hey, like, listen. Oh. Don't know what this is. Bro, I didn't know they made a Star Wars anime. What the fuck? What are they doing on Coruscant, man? What the hell? I have no clue what this is. Simoon. Simoon. I don't know. Okay, well, this was 22k. That's acceptable. I don't want to click on the final score. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. OST duel? Nah. I'm feeling a little tired, honestly. I think that's gonna be it for today. Tomorrow, we keep going to the witchcrafting. How many days until... 3 days until the live stream. Looking forward to that. Don't think I have a video to post, because yesterday I gave the editors the Durin stuff, and that's not getting posted for a little bit. I don't really feel like rating anyone today. I think I'll just end stream here. Hope you all had a good time.